Good morning, world of readers. I am Book Dragon Erin, and I would like to welcome you all back to my booktube channel, where today I will be reviewing Bite Maker: The King's Omega, Volume 2 by Miwako Sugiyama. Bite Maker is a fictional shoujo manga romance novel, and it is book 2 in the Bite Maker series. There are 11 books in the Bite Maker series, all of which have the same title, but different volume numbers. I'm not going to list them all, but all of the books are so worth reading, especially if you can understand the Omegaverse genre. As far as the summary goes, mind over desire. Hideyoshi might be an alpha, but he's also a cool-headed intellectual who refuses to give into his base instincts. Ignoring his natural hunger for sex is easier said than done. However, as he gets close to going into rut, what will he do when he encounters Noelle, just as his desire to mate is getting out of control? Moving on to my thoughts on this book. The idea of the Omegaverse is still so confusing to me. Where do I even start? 3 genders, alphas, betas, and omegas? Why does each gender have some sort of power? What does each gender do? Which gender provides the fertilizer? Which one provides the seeds? And which ones can hold the flower in the flower pot, if you catch my drift? I was raised in a traditional household and I was rather sheltered, so it was hammered into my head that there are only 2 genders, male and female. I'm trying to be open-minded here, but even after my best friend explained this whole 3 genders concept to me, I'm still left so confused. If I went to a school in the Omegaverse, I would fall for plenty of men, but I would swoon over most, the tall, dark, attractive, and mysterious types who are also intellectual. Any man like Sebastian Michaelis from Black Butler is high on my dating list. That said, if I were still a teenager and attending an Omegaverse school, I would want to give Nobunaga many, many babies if he'd have me as his future wife. Call me traditional or old school or whatever, but I will say this on behalf of myself because I don't speak for any other woman. I am a firm believer in having kids after marriage. If you want to be the father of my children, marry me first. Of all the characters I encountered in this series, Nobunaga is my favorite character based on appearance, but one of my favorite characters based on personality is Asagi-sama. He is the mutant alpha who started out as an omega but somehow morphed into that first gender. He's caring and attentive to Noelle, is selfless and helpful when it comes to considering others in his life, and he's the adorable big brother type you really want to see have kids based on his actions, since he is the husband/father material through and through, plus his 2 younger brothers are absolutely adorable, and I love his interactions with them. Asagi's littlest brother is a baby who adores Noelle, and he even nicknamed her in his babbling, which I thought was so cute. The only thing that made me squirm was when he thought that Noelle's bare chest was open season for food. Granted, it was hilarious when Nobunaga picked up the baby by the scruff of his onesie and said, "Hey, cut that out. Those are mine." Nobunaga wasn't even aggressive about it. He was just stoically gentle, and I will admit that's the best way I can describe Nobunaga's reaction to watching another person unintentionally get handsy with his mated woman. If I really consider the ins and outs of what I understand from the Omegaverse, I honestly wouldn't want to go to a school like that. First, I wouldn't know what gender I would be, alpha, beta, or omega. Second, I wouldn't want to throw myself at any man just because I don't have control over my lady parts. Third, I wouldn't want to strip for all of the school to see if I am turned on by someone to the point of not being able to think straight or contemplate what's currently happening to my ovaries and their own separate mind. The way I see it, If a girl thinks with only her ovaries, those lady parts have a mind of their own, more overpowering than the female brain itself. Noelle has disrobed in this series twice now, and not only would I not want to go through that, stripping for a man anywhere but the privacy of our own bedroom, I wouldn't want to see another girl stripping for anyone, underage or adult, and hooking up in the school hallway. Seriously, save that for the bedroom, you freaky lovebirds. Professor Oak from Pokemon once said, "There's a time and place for everything, but not now. There is a time and place for kissing and hooking up, and that time isn't during school hours, and that place isn't on school grounds." As far as my final notes go, I rated this book 3 out of 5 stars, and as far as my official review goes, as a reader, do you ever read a manga novel and think, what the hell did I just read? Well, I thought that exact thing right here. I'm trying to understand the whole point of the Omegaverse, even going so far as to having my best friend try to explain this to me 3 times over, but even setting aside the 3 genders concept, the plot is still so confusing. Granted, mutating into an alpha seems really cool to my inner otaku girl, which is a fan of manga novels. And yes, in fiction, anything goes, but I still don't feel I can entirely appreciate this series as a whole without contemplating the ins and outs of the Omegaverse first. Is this series a favorite? No. Is this series still intriguing? Yes. Do I want so badly for Nobunaga and Noelle to hook up already? Abso-freaking-lutely. Anyway, that's about it for today, so if you enjoyed this video, hit that like button to show some support, subscribe to my booktube channel to get more videos like this, turn on that notification button to be notified when I upload brand new videos every single Sunday. Keep on reading and have a great day, everyone!